But even more troubling is the deeper mystery behind the motive. This shocking event is now reshaping the conversation around the health insurance industry. Trust in the insurance sector, already fragile, may erode even further, forcing companies to reevaluate their customer service models. This incident could serve as a wake-up call for global insurance industry. December 4th, 2024, a date that will mark a turning point in the corporate and healthcare sectors. In the heart of New York City, Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, one of the most powerful healthcare insurance companies in the US, was brutally murdered.
Brian Thompson was on his way to a conference. He was the CEO of United Healthcare. He was gunned down outside a Manhattan hotel.
This horrifying act sent shockwaves across industries and the world. Surveillance footage has given us a chilling glimpse of the event that claimed his life.
NYPD commissioner now saying that the gun found on Luigi Mangione matches shell casings found at the scene where United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was murdered.
On that fateful day, Thompson was gunned down in broad daylight by a 26-year-old software developer named Luigi Mangione.
The 26-year-old suspect is being held right now in a Pennsylvania jail cell, fighting extradition to New York. Investigators collecting clues for a possible motive, looking at Mangione's writings and fingerprints found on items near the shooting scene in Manhattan.
Who fled the scene on an e-bike. Despite desperate attempts to save him, Thompson later succumbed to his injuries at the hospital. The weapon Mangione used, a partially 3D printed ghost gun, has raised urgent questions about untraceable firearms and their growing role in violent crimes. But even more troubling is the deeper mystery behind the motive. What could drive a seemingly brilliant young professional to commit such a heinous act? Investigators are now probing whether this was a personal vendetta, an act of desperation, or a reflection of mounting frustrations with the healthcare system. Across the US, stories of financial ruin due to rising medical costs, frequent claim denials,
This is Democracy
and
Now!
allegations of corporate greed in healthcare have long fueled public anger.
Not long following the assassination of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, many Americans turned to social media to express their outrage towards health insurance companies.
Was this tragedy an extreme manifestation of that anger? Only time can tell. This shocking event is now reshaping the conversation around the health insurance industry and could lead to significant changes. Corporate executives, particularly in controversial sectors like healthcare, may face heightened security measures to mitigate such similar risks. At the same time, lawmakers may intensify their scrutiny of the healthcare industry. With public outrage at a boiling point, stricter regulations may emerge, focusing on transparency in claim approvals and fair pricing practices. Trust in the insurance sector, already fragile, may erode even further, forcing companies to reevaluate their customer service models and grievance redressal mechanisms to rebuild their reputations. The implications of this tragedy extend far beyond the US. In India, where many insurance companies partner with global giants like United Healthcare, the same systemic issues persist. Delayed claims, hidden clauses, and poor customer service. Frustrated policyholders are growing increasingly vocal. Insurers in these markets face the challenge of addressing these concerns before these cracks deepen. This incident could serve as a wake-up call for global insurance industry, highlighting the urgent need to prioritize trust, transparency, and fairness. Brian Thompson's death is a stark reminder of the tensions boiling beneath the surface of the healthcare system.
But this shooting has spurred another trend as well. Some leaders are rejecting the corner office altogether. They no longer want to be the CEO, especially in polarizing industries like healthcare or insurance.
Whether this tragedy becomes a catalyst for meaningful change or fades into another forgotten headline remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the need for reform in healthcare and insurance systems has never been higher. The future of this industry and the countless lives it effects hangs in the balance.